Right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Golden Sky. It is Friday, the 15th of August, 2025. Welcome to today's video, the first player ratings of the Premier League season. The Premier League is back. Thank you for joining me here and watching along with us today. If you are new around here, first of all, please excuse my voice if it sounds a bit funny. I've just been yelling like mad for the last half an hour, I don't know. So there's that. But if you are new, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you're listening here on the podcast, 5-star rating and reviews. Thank you very much for joining me on whatever platform you are on today, because today the Premier League is back and with an absolute bang. I mean, lads, we're going to get straight into this in a minute and rate all the team. But fucking hell, what just happened? The game was mad from start to finish. Loads happened. We'll get into all the players. So I hope you're ready to enjoy alongside with me. You know them days, you know, one of them ones there where you've just had a shit day. It's been a long day and you're just thinking, God, I can't wait to go home and just watch the football and forget about everything. And today the football was there for us all. If you had one of them days, the football was here and Liverpool came through with the goods, and in what a fashion as well. My goodness, I mean, let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into these bunch of heroes today. I'm buzzing. These are raw match ratings. I've literally just finished watching the game, so you're going to get the raw reaction here. Let's do it. So, in the goal, we had Alisson Becker. I mean, he concedes 2 goals. I don't blame him for either of them. I don't think there's any of them that he could save. Certainly not the second one. He does get a hand to the first one. Maybe he could do better, but it's not necessarily one to blame him on. Maybe he could get a stronger hand to it and stop it. But who cares, lads? Honestly, I mean, who gives a fuck? Liverpool got 3 points and we're going home happy tonight. So yes, he didn't have all that much else to do, to be honest, in the game, apart from catch a few crosses. I mean, Bournemouth were attacking, but they didn't really threaten all that much. He made one save from Tavernier in the first half, which was a pretty easy save to make. When he hit it into the ground and Alisson saved it, just caught it. He did some amazing kicks. It's like he had like a bazooka attached to his foot, just firing the thing to Salah. Absolute exocet missile from the bazooka straight to Salah's feet. He was kicking it for miles. That was boss. So I don't know what I'm giving him. 6, I think, is probably fair. Maybe a 7. I think I'll go with a 6 though, because he did concede the 2 goals and he didn't prevent any. He didn't there was none that were like, wow, that was a brilliant save, Alisson. So I'll go with a 6 for the holy goalie there, and we'll go straight out into right back, where we saw Jeremy Frimpong make his Liverpool debut in the Premier League, and I thought he was fine, nothing crazy. And the game, that kind of reflected the game itself. I think in the period Frimpong was on, the first hour, it wasn't really that crazy of a game. Really, it kind of exploded into life after he went off the pitch. Maybe that's down to how he played, or maybe it's just a bit of sort of luck in how the game turned out, or lack thereof. But I thought whilst he was on, he did fine. I loved it when he's in the corner defending for us, and he does the old face your touchline fall over technique. If you don't know about this, I'm about to blow your mind. So if you've never watched football and noticed this, you'll notice forever now, because if a player who's defending falls over in their own half and they're right on the touchline facing it, and they have a player obviously behind them and they fall over, the ref will give a foul 100% of the time. And every player in the Premier League knows it, and the refs still give a foul. They just wait for the foul to come and they fall over as soon as they arrive. And that's what Frimpong did, and I loved it. I loved to see that. It was just beautiful. And we've got the Italian chef's kiss out. We'll get to that later. But Frimpong, good performance, nothing crazy. Got forward well. Didn't really produce in the final third as much as maybe we could see from him. Not really had any chances himself. He did put one cross in that was quite a decent cross that Ekitike almost got on the end of. But yeah, I don't know. He's just fast, isn't he? That's basically something you notice every time you watch Frimpong. Some interventions he made, sort of just tackles and things like that, where he's just quick. And you're like, shit, he is quick actually, isn't he? So we'll give Frimpong a 6 as well. Because I think he did okay, but whilst the game was going on, he was just one of our more solid players this game. Like, nothing bad or good, really. Just kind of, he was just there. Player who definitely wasn't just there today is Ibrahim Konate. Right, as some fella put sleeping pills in this fella's drink before the match, we need to have a chat about this guy today. Because, my word, it was like a tranquilized rhino out there on the pitch trying to turn around. He didn't know what was going on at any moment in the match. It was actually like a tranquilized rhino with like staples in its eyes, and it was so confused. It didn't know, it was in pain. Someone needed to put it out of its misery. That's how he looked on the pitch today. Honestly, from the first minute, he couldn't kick the ball properly. It was like he was in like a comedy sketch, like bloody Chuckle Brothers or something like that, and he's wearing slippery shoes or something to try and be funny, and he just like slipping and sliding all over the gaff. I noticed he's changed to Under Armour boots, and I think that's the culprit. I hate Under Armour boots. They look disgusting on the pitch. They all had speckles on them. What's the speckles all about? He's doing 101 Dalmatians out there on the pitch. He looked ridiculous, and he played ridiculous as well, and not in a good way, lads. He was bad today. His positioning was awful. Like, awful. Honestly, it was like he didn't know where to stand. It was as though you'd put literally an animal out there on the pitch and said, "You're now a footballer," and it was like, "Nah, lad, I'm a rhino. I don't know what's going on." He was poor. Like, positioning bad, on the ball bad. You got like the second goal. The guy goes full Adrian, and there's one rule about football, and it's you never ever go full Adrian. He's there. He's in front of Semenyo. He closes him down. He's in front of him. And I know there's players to where he goes. He tries to run to sort of block the pass. But he stops looking at the ball. The ball's here, and he's looking over here. He's like, "Oh, hello, other Bournemouth players. I'm just going to ignore this other good footballer with the ball." And he runs off, and Semenyo's like, "Oh, sound, I'll just pop this in the corner then, Ibu, lad. It's very generous of you." And so he does. I'd like to think that he was, I don't know, just having a laugh or something today, because it was an awful performance, to be honest. Like, really, really bad, actually. If we had another centre-back, he'd have come on today, I think, if Gomez wasn't a crook, or crocked, I don't know what you say, crocked, and Leone wasn't sat in the bloody stands at 18 years old on his first day. Honestly, get him in the team. What's going on? Konate, 2? Is that too harsh? I think 2. The reason I'm not giving him a 1 is because, or 0, is because we won. I think if we'd have lost that game, pitchforks would have been out for him. I tell you, the French ones, I tell you, bad, really bad. So 2, and Van Dijk next to him. I mean, I want to talk about the first goal from Bournemouth first. And we do Van Dijk. Like, I feel like they crossed the ball in. It's a good cross and it's a good goal from Bournemouth. We'll get to the mistake that I think happened for the goal in a minute. But I feel like Van Dijk is in the middle and Semenyo gets in front of him. And I feel like Van Dijk could have done more to prevent Semenyo getting in front of him, to be honest. I feel like he doesn't seal off that area. I wanted to see him sort of, like a lollipop man. You know what I mean? Like, he's crossing the road and he just I'm not letting you past cars. Then Semenyo in this situation would be the car. Like, that's what I wanted to see. But instead, he was like, just nicely letting him through. Come on through, fella. You're welcome to come on in here and pop it in the net. And I feel like maybe he could have done more. But that said, I did think he was pretty much by far our best defender today. He was heading everything, sweeping up all over the place for both fullbacks and the centre back. A lot of the times he was pretty exposed on his own. Our defensive shape is woeful. at the minute. I don't know if that's a coaching issue or personnel issue or both or whatever's going on, but we were so bad on transitions. And I said it in the preview. Go back and watch it if you haven't already. The counter attacks. I mean, that's how they scored the 2 goals, and it was awful from Liverpool. But Van Dijk, I thought individually played well. Not amazing, but I'm going to actually give him a 7 because I think despite the fact we conceded 2 goals and they were really bad, and maybe he made a mistake-ish for one of them, I do think he was overall by far our best defender, and so I give him a 7. Just felt like he was in the way a lot. Loved the way he stepped in on Evanilson a lot to win the ball and push us forward, especially towards the end. So I'm giving him a 7. Okay, right. Then we've got the fucking Tasmanian Devil over at left back. I mean, my goodness. Who's literally Taz is playing left back for Liverpool now, apparently. If whatever they put in Ibu's drink to make him sleepy, the tranquilized rhino, they need to put just a little smidge of it in Kerkez's today, because he was like the opposite. He was pumped up beyond belief. It was like he'd done a couple of bits of speed before the game had started. But he's an aggressive fullback, but today it was like a level I've never seen. Maybe it was because he was against his old club, his old mates in Semenyo. And Semenyo is very physical, so he was trying to be even more physical back with him. But he was just flying into tackles. He had one tackle. He tries to like kill Semenyo at one point, and somehow Semenyo avoided it. But he smashes into him. There was the one he got booked for where he's never getting there, and he just comes to ground. He likes to go to ground a lot. I said that when we signed him. He likes to go to ground, and it's not always rash, is what I said. Today, definitely rash. And he got that booking, and it was a poor tackle, bad decision making. But that said, he also did make some really good tackles too. I thought there were some moments where he was physical in the right sense, and he managed to win the ball in good areas, play some good defensive contributions. And I think overall, they kind of balance each other out, the good and the bad. So I'm giving him a 6, but he needs to just settle down a little bit. Just take a chill pill, lad. Have a sip on Ibu's drink. That'll tranquilize you right up, all right? He was like Donkey from Shrek when he's going mad, yeah? And Ibu was like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. That's where we were today with those two. So, yeah. Guys, Ibu. The defense was like Van Dijk, good. Frimpong, fine. Kerkez, mental. Ibu, asleep. That was like our back 4 today. So, yeah. Need to fix that. But we'll go past the back 4 now, and we'll go into the midfield, where we had Alexis McAllister. Like, ooh, McAllister. Tough one. I thought he played well, to be honest. I thought he did pretty good. Especially his first game back of the season. Like, his first real start of the season, I mean. Like, he obviously played a little in pre-season, but the first start he's had. Thought his link-up was good. He made some good tackles, as he always does. Like, nice and what's the word I want to use? Tenacious, I think is probably the right word. To get flying into tackles, breaking up play. But I think clearly you could see today the lack of like the defensive first minded midfielder that we didn't have. I think it was so evident on the second goal when we give it away. On the edge of our own box, lads, and they go 2v2 the whole length of the pitch against our centre-backs. Like, that cannot happen. It's just crazy football, and yeah, McAllister's obviously a contributor to that, playing in that middle of the pitch and probably being our more City midfielder today. But I thought on the ball he was pretty good, and so I'm going to give him a 7. Could give him a 6, but I'm going to be nice because we won. So I'm being friendly because I'm in a good mood. If I was in a bad mood, then like, my God. But the football put me in that good mood. So there we go. McAllister 7. It's kind of a quiet game for him, really. But we'll go to Szoboszlai, and like the opposite of a quiet game for Szoboszlai. First of all, I'm going to get into the mistake he made because it was a big mistake and it nearly cost us the 3 points, to be honest. We're 2-0 up and we're absolutely cruising in the game. We'd basically got ourselves in a nice position. We were living life, happy days. Everything was good. Liverpool are going to win the league again. We're going to keep a clean sheet. Everything's looking fine and dandy. And then Szoboszlai does like a flick in the middle, a bit unnecessary. Didn't really need to do it. I saw the idea, but it didn't need to do it. Bournemouth get the ball in what, 5-10 seconds, the ball's in the back of the net. And that's the Bournemouth ability they have. I said it in the preview. We give the ball away, they counter-attack us so quickly. And they did, and they scored. And it was Szoboszlai's fault, the giveaway. And that's what happened to us in the Community Shield too. He does need to tighten up his possession a little bit when he's playing in that deeper role. Aside from that, though, I thought he was fucking boss today. You could see when it went to 2-2, you could see he was the player driving us on. He was like Gerrard. He was all over the pitch. He was like, you could almost feel him like picking you up by your collar right here and saying, come on, we're going to victory. He's dragging you along. Look at my acting here, dragging you along. We're not losing this game. And I love to see that from the maturity to sort of take Liverpool and move them forward all on his own. I really felt like he had that influence, and he was brilliant today. That mistake aside, I thought basically his role today was to do all of Salah's running, who no longer defends whatsoever. I don't know if any of you have noticed this. I might do a tactics video on it later in the week if I have time. But Salah doesn't defend. He didn't defend last year, but today was even worse. He no longer runs back, and Szoboszlai just does all the running for him, and he did it really well, really, really well. He also got forward well, had a few chances himself. Maybe he could have scored on another day. I just thought he was all over the pitch. I thought he was brilliant. His engine is amazing. He's got Gennaro Gattuso level hair nowadays. Like, I'm talking 2005 Champions League final, Gennaro Gattuso, when he's got the headband, he's got the really wet, black, slimy hair. Like, when he arrived at Liverpool, Szoboszlai was like a neat, smart, like clean cut, beautiful fade. Now he's like, look at me, I'm grungy. He's like he's gone in an indie band or something. He's gone all like mad now. So I love it. I'm giving him an 8. It would have been a 9 if he didn't make that mistake. But I think probably for me, he was our best player aside from that mistake. But I don't know if that's enough to not give him, to then not award him the man of the match. We'll see. There's another player later who I think could get man of the match. So next up is Florian Wirtz, and look, like I'm going to say straight up, this was not Wirtz's best game for us that he'll ever have, and not the best game in his career. I thought at times he was a little bit slow on the ball, a little bit. I think that's a little bit of adapting to the Premier League. Wanted maybe a little bit too much time on the ball. Maybe he got fouled a few times. There's one instance I'm thinking of in particular where he's sort of dribbling with the ball on just outside the box on the left-hand side, and Semenyo comes along and gave him a little shove, knocked him over, and came away with the ball. And that was when Kerkez decided, I'm not having this, lad, and tried to like just come in like a wrecking ball, Miley Cyrus style, and smash him one. But maybe it was a foul, and other than that, he did show lots, to be honest, of moments of class. The weight of pass is phenomenal. Didn't necessarily like have an opportunity to score himself or make a chance or create a goal himself. I think some of the best chances he had of that were he passed one to McAllister 5 yards away, and McAllister absolutely thrashed it at the goal, and the keeper made a good save. Yeah, like it wasn't a bad performance, but the expectations we have of him and what we're excited to see, there's still lots more to come, and I think he'll know that. And when he got brought off, everyone was like, "What the hell? Why have you brought him off?" Well, enough talking about that until the main man later. But I'm gonna give him a 7. Like, I thought he was good, but not by any means top level. And there was better players on the pitch than him today. Right. We'll go to Mo Salah, who's probably the hardest player to rate in this ratings today, and so that probably means I'm just going to give him a 6. To be honest, guys, I'm going to say it straight up, because for 93 minutes of this game, he was pretty much crap. Like, he was, lads. He really was. Like, okay, first off, maybe not crap. He was okay, but he wasn't influencing the game the way he should be. He kept just not quite getting it right. He nearly scored in the first 5 minutes, and you were thinking, here he is, he's back. And then he had the one where we had like 5-on-2 after a counter-attack right on the edge of half-time, and Szoboszlai runs round him, and maybe he could give him the ball, and he decides to use him as a decoy and come inside and have a shot. The defender does really, really well, but Salah, he messes up that attack, and you've got to hold him accountable for that. He also gives the ball away for the second goal. It was an awful giveaway. Like I said, we had too many players forward, way too many forward. No protection to the defence at all. The rest defence was horrendous today. But ultimately, who cares? Because we won. And he scored again on the first day of the season to keep his record up. He's scored every single time he's played on the first day of the season for Liverpool, going back to Watford 3-3 when we didn't even have Van Dijk. We didn't even have Van Dijk, lads, in that game. Like, that's how long ago that was. So, we didn't have half, basically all the team that we had now. We didn't have. Salah's the only one who was playing in that game, and he's still scoring on the opening day. It was a great finish, and I thought, I've got to say, the work for the fourth goal is absolutely worth its weight in gold, and that's what gives him those points, because without that he was probably on about a 3, to be honest, but with that he's got to go up to a 6 because it was brilliant. The ball goes long and it's in no way his ball, and he just sprints to it, like he did when he was 27, and legs it to the ball, gets onto it, beats the defender to the ball, who was well favourite, and then should he pass it? Well, fucking of course he should pass it, but he's Mo Salah and he doesn't pass it a lot of the time. Despite the assist numbers he gets, he backs himself to be able to score, and that's why he's so good at football and why he gets so many goals. And today he showed us once again on his right foot, slots it in the corner, and it was party time at Anfield. It was undies on the head, kecks off, undies on the head, party time. That's what it was, and it was amazing. It was the perfect way to cap it off. And at the end, the scenes of him crying in front of the cop, clapping along to the Jota song, like, it was perfect. It really was. And he's become such a senior player for Liverpool now. Those moments that he's such a legend in our history, and those moments are exactly what it's all about for him. Like, he'll feel that a lot tonight, and he'll know he's probably had a tough game and maybe a tough couple games going back to the 2 penalties he's missed, and he would have felt that a lot tonight. I feel like scoring that goal would have been a big release. He always scores on the first day of the season. I wonder if he was thinking, I'm not gonna now, but he did, and so I was buzzing because I love Mo Salah, and he came through with the goods when we needed it. I also loved it when Adam Smith's trying to give him a little shove in the box, and Mo was having none of it. Mo was like, come on then, I will fight you right here. And Anthony Taylor, you know what? We'll use Anthony Taylor in a minute in our next rating, because we'll get past Mo, we'll give him a 6, and we'll go to Hugo Ekitike, who pretty much stole the show for 70 minutes odd tonight. He's got a new chant, da da da, Hugo Ekitike, da da da. You know the ones already, lads. It's perfect. It's so simple. It's brilliant. I love it. And Hugo Ekitike is going to be a fucking star at Liverpool. He's going to be an absolute star. He's got blonde, curly hair at the minute. I love it. And he was brilliant tonight. Really, really good. A brilliant striker's performance. Goal and an assist. The goal, Neville said it's reminded him a bit of Suarez, how he just sort of bounced it off the player and got through. And you know what? I don't like to do this a lot, but Gary Neville, you were absolutely spot on with that. It was a bit like that. Except instead of Suarez, who's like this little Uruguayan running at you, like all mischievous, kind of like, ooh, I'm coming to get you, like sneaky. Ekitike's like this big, like massive brachiosaurus fella just charging at you. You're getting out of the way. And that's what happened. Then he goes through, makes the goal himself, pretty much. Bundles his way through and just hits it in the net. And it was 1-0 to Liverpool, and that was that. Cool as you like on the celebration. Brilliant, 2-2 for him, and you couldn't get off to a better start. I thought his link-up play was brilliant, like really good. He's so silky on the ball, like he looks polished. He looks way more polished than Nunez ever did for us. Like when he receives the ball, I don't feel like he's going to bobble it off his knees. Like his touch is good. He controls it well and plays it back to the centre-backs, or controls it and can move with it, or he can flick it first time to bring others into play. Like, he's got work to do. There were times he gave the ball away in sort of dangerous areas when he was receiving it. He's certainly got work to do. I think he can get physically a little bit stronger. Like, he's strong and he puts himself about, and I thought he was doing a good job against the centre-backs today, but he definitely can do more of that, I think. And just, I loved it. I loved his performance. I loved the back heel he does when Gakpo plays it to him and he just back heels it first time into Wirtz. It was just like, it's so clever. And The flair he has is brilliant. And then the assist. I mean, look, it's not a flashy assist. Gakpo does all the work, but he gets the assist. He's there. He uses the ball well, plays it to Gakpo, who does the rest. And he comes away today, goal and assist. Sky gave him man of the match. I guess I'll agree. I'll give him. I'm gonna give him an 8, the same as Szoboszlai. Maybe a 9, maybe, but he gets brought off at 70 minutes, and honestly, like, the assist was, it's an assist, but it's nothing amazing. Like, it was just a pass, and I think he honestly could have done more. He could have scored a few goals. He had a header. He had actually 2 heading opportunities that he could have scored. If he scores one of them, you're looking at 9s and 10s, but we're quite harsh over here, you know? You got to play fucking brilliant for a 9 or a 10, so 8 for Ekitike, but loved it, loved the chant. I'm going to be singing that all weekend if there wasn't a better one for another one of our players who I absolutely love to my absolute death. Yes, Ekitike, 8. And we'll go to the last player of the starting 11, Cody Gakpo. An interesting one, really. Again, I think the goal saves him because he was not the best, really. I think first off, especially, he was pretty poor. Just like bad touches, not really like getting involved all that much, not really like looking dangerous. Just on the periphery of the game, really, not imposing himself in the game. He came out second half and was much, much better. Immediately much better. It was like he'd been pumped up a lot. He sort of looked faster, looked more involved. Brilliant, like, much better in the second half. The goal is really good. And he honestly reminds me of Gakpo. I've been saying this a little about him last year. He reminds me a little bit of Iron Robben. And what I mean by that is, you know, he's coming inside and he's right foot most of the time. I mean, Robben did it all the time on his left foot, every single time. But the way he dribbles along the box, I don't want to say it's messy because it's not messy-like. He was on a different planet at this. But running and like faking his shot, faking his shot, and faking his shot until he has the right opportunity. And he's so clinical when he does get the shot. It's a brilliant finish. Don't take anything away from the finish. He curls it in the corner. It's right in the corner, low and hard along the ground. The keeper's got no chance. So it was a great finish, and I loved the way he just kept sitting players down, taking his time, but it was really good. It's a great goal. But like I said, other than that, he wasn't great. So I'm going to give him a 6. I can't give him higher than Mo, and I don't feel like I can give him lower. So those two, they were nearly on Fraud Watch tonight. But they both came up with a goal. The whole front three score. So happy days. Like, you got to be happy with that. And we'll go on into the subs. Right, so we'll start off with, Robbo. So he came on, didn't he? Is there anything else to say? I mean, look, he was on. Did he really do a lot? Not really, but did we have to bring him on? Absolutely, because our other left back was the Tasmanian Devil tonight. Just spinning around in that whirlwind, the tornado thing the Tasmanian Devil can do. You know the one on Looney Tunes. He's like, he just gets mad and he like spins around and like everything around him just gets destroyed. That was basically Kerkez tonight. Robbo came on. You know, it's bad when you bring on Andy Robbo, right? Known to be a bit nuts, a bit of a, like, I don't know. I don't want to say mental player, but a tough tackling kind of player. And you bring him on because you're like, Jesus, have you seen our other left back here? He's going a bit too over the top here. We need to bring on a more sensible option. And you bring Robbo on. Look, he was fine. He didn't do anything bad. He didn't do anything good. It's a flat 6 for him. To be honest, it's a flat 6. Not much else to say. But at the same time, we brought Endo on, and but I want it right back. It was weird. Like, I don't really know why we took Frimpong off. Especially for Endo. I don't really know why. Maybe Slot will say more. I've not watched the interviews yet because I came straight up here to record. I will watch them after. But maybe it was like a fitness thing. Maybe because we've got no other right backs traditionally. He wants to keep him fit whilst Bradley's injured. But I don't know. And it wasn't necessarily Endo's fault that we conceded the first goal. But the attack comes down his side and he wasn't working at right back. He was way too slow and they kept getting in on that left wing. And he was struggling a little bit, and quickly Slot sorted out and put Gomez, though I thought was much better. We'll get to him in a minute. And Endo was much better when he went into the middle too. He started breaking up play like we'd expect, especially towards the end when we went 3-2 up and Bournemouth was starting to push again. So I thought he was all right, but please, I don't really like him at right back. He couldn't run. So, 6 again. I know there's been a lot of sixes, and then like it felt like a mad game of loads happening. But I think you can't penalise him the goals, but he just, I don't know. It's not his fault. He wasn't that bad. Excuse me. I'm giving him a 6. And then we'll do Gomez next. So, okay. I thought Gomez was a lot better than Endo at right back. Thought he actually played pretty well, Gomez, when he came on. Shored us up, won some headers, was helping Konate out, who was on the loopy juice. I thought he was honestly pretty solid, and if he's fit, I wouldn't be all that surprised if against Newcastle he starts at centre back, because Konate, like I said, so bad tonight. Yeah, I'm pleased to see him there. Like, I love Gomez, and when he's fit and healthy, I think he's actually good. But he's just perma injured. So, do you know what? Tonight, I give him a 7. I thought he was good. I thought he improved us when he came on. And after the first 2 which we were looking a little bit under the cosh, put Gomez on, he helped, I think. So I'll give him a 7. We'll do Jones. Oh, God, what did he do? What did he do at all? Played a few decent passes. I didn't notice him really other than that. But sound. Brought him on. Happy days. 6. And let's just get to the main man. The one you've all been waiting for. The one that sent Liverpool into euphoria once again tonight. Federico Chiesa. Freddie Church. You heard the song at the start of the video. We can hear him crying. Incher in. Federico, he came to fucking win, ladies and gents. This guy, I mean, he saved us, didn't he? And it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Let me tell you what happens in my gaff, right? So, he's coming on. We see him. Chiesa's coming on? What? Chiesa's coming on? Why is he bringing Chiesa on? Who's he going to take off? Tell you what, you can't bring Szoboszlai off. Who's it going to be? Better not be Wirtz. It is Wirtz. Oh my God. My dad's fuming. He's furious. Why is he bringing Chiesa on for Wirtz? Why is he not bringing Rio on? I'm there saying, listen, you can't bring Rio on. He's 16 years old. You can't be relying on him yet. And he goes, he's better. I'm bringing you right into the fourth wall here. He's better than Chiesa. He's better than Chiesa. I'm like, is he? Is he actually better than Chiesa? Like, okay, Rio's had a good pre-season and Chiesa had a shit last season, but this fella's been tearing it up in European competitions. Rio Ngamo is 16 years old. He's barely made a professional appearance, right? And Fede comes on. The ball drops to him. It was like the golden snitch fell to Harry Potter out the sky. And here it comes onto his beautiful, majestic Italian right foot. And he just passed us the ball into the corner. Absolute linguini everywhere. It was beautiful. Beautiful strike. It's in the corner. And I went absolutely nuts. I was so happy. Absolutely. Bellissimo. All the other Italian words that I don't know. It was amazing. Gio Leone's in the stands there watching that game. He slept at Chiesa's last night probably in his sleeping bag on the couch. His feet hanging off the edge because he's 7'2". Chiesa's about to go home. Leone's got a meal cooked for him. He's having spag bol tonight because you just won Liverpool the game. You've got them the 3 points in the first day of the season. It was boss. It was amazing. And of course, he's getting a 10. I mean, how can he not get a 10? The first game of the season, it needs a 10. He comes on, he scores the winner. I know Salah scored after, but he scores the winner. His hair is majestic. It's like permanently off his head. He's doing this every 2 seconds, right? I think he's going bald, maybe a little bit. His barnet is out of control. He looks like some 20th century scholar or something at a private school in London. But he's from Italy, and he told Juve to absolutely fuck off because he's a cop-out now, and I love him. And that's why his song's the theme of these videos, because it's the best song ever. Ever. It really is. The crowd was loving it after. It was the loudest it's ever been sung. And it's his first Premier League goal since signing last year for 10 million. And honestly, you have to keep him now. You have to keep him. If he inherits the Divock Origi role, then I love him. And I already love him. So I'm giving Chiesa a 10. And before we wrap up today, we're going to do VAR. VAR today, 0. The first 0 of the season, and it's the first time we've had to talk about VAR after one game. Right. Let's get into this then, because it's head loss mode already. For those who don't know me personally in real life, when VAR was first introduced as an idea into football, I was massively against VAR, right? Because I thought this is going to be a terrible idea. And I'd like to say, not so much of an I told you so, but I think I've been proven right over the years that I don't think it's necessarily been a good addition to football. I think it causes more controversy than when we didn't have it. And I don't like it even one bit, so I'm definitely a VAR hater. I like to call it the Wallace and Gromit machine because it's operated by Wallace and Gromit. And today we saw perfect evidence of that. Wallace and Gromit operating the machine. Right, let me give you a little scenario here. If you're playing football, right, let's say you're a manager of an under-6s side, right, and the ball is going through, okay, the striker, your son, is about to go through, and the defender holds his arm out and swipes the ball. Not on the camera. Where am I? He holds the ball, he holds his arm out here, and he just pops the ball away like that, right? What are you thinking as an under-6 watcher, manager there? Coaching those literal children playing football, you're thinking you can't do that. You can't deliberately handball it, and we get a foul, right? At the professional level, there's a centre back on the pitch. Ekitike is about to run clean through on the goal, right? And he realises he's fucked up, and he just reaches his arm out. He thinks, no bother it, I'll just tap this way with my hand. He should be off the pitch, right? It was a red card. It was a blatant handball, and he should be off. Everybody knew it, except apparently for. Is it Michael Oliver on VAR today? Michael Gromit, mate. That's what your name is from now on, because it was just the most bananas decision ever. He said at first that it had bounced off. He thought it had bounced off the fella's knee onto his arm, right? But explain to me how that means then he's allowed to then just pop out of the way with his hand. Please tell me, because I don't know how. And then we heard at halftime that they'd actually changed what they said. The fact that they said something along the lines of, it wasn't an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, it was a potential one, or probable, or something like that. Are these not having a fucking laugh? Are they messing? What's that got to do with the price of fish? He handballs the thing on the halfway line. He's off the pitch. It's at least a foul. Bournemouth got a free kick. Bournemouth got a free kick from that passage of play. Bournemouth. Fella handballs it intentionally on the line to stop our lad going clean through, and Anthony Taylor gives a free kick to Bournemouth. It doesn't make sense, and it's a 0. They managed to make themselves a story on the first day of the season. I'm convinced they do it on purpose, honestly. Made themselves a story straight away. So 0 for that. Tributes for Jota at the start of the game, 10. The song is going to be sung all year long. It was brilliant. Again, it was touching. The minute silence was impeccable. There wasn't a single sound made. It was brilliant. So that was amazing. And whichever one of the fans in the stadium today, whichever absolute knobhead decided to abuse Semenyo, I mean, what else needs to be said about that? But it needed a mention because it's just honestly, it's just weird behaviour, to be honest, to go to football and do something like that. And I hope he gets banned for life from Anfield, obviously, because it's just ridiculous that this is still going on. To be honest, it's just mental. And I'm glad, actually, that Semenyo pointed it out straight away. Credit to him. And he scores 2 goals. And in a way, Liverpool win the game. And I'm actually happy for Semenyo, to be honest, because he deserved it in a way, in a weird way. I know I'm a Liverpool fan. I was actually happy now that we've won to say, you know what, he deserved that. And I'm pleased for him. So, them's the ratings, folks. The match ratings. We've won the game. The first game of the season is done and dusted. The Premier League is back. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Listen, we've got games galore now. I'm going to watch 3 tomorrow. I'm going to watch 2 on Sunday. I'm going to watch 1 on Monday. The Monday one might be a watch along. I might do a watch along this weekend. Who knows? Maybe I'll do one United Arsenal. Don't know. Okay, we'll see. But plenty more coming up. Hope you've enjoyed the first match ratings of the year in a meaningful game for Liverpool. We're going to do these after every single game this year, hopefully, fingers crossed. And yeah, a much needed return to football for me and for everybody else, I'm sure. So yes, if you did enjoy today's video and you watched this point, then subscribe to the channel, guys, honestly, because we're going to have videos like this all the time this season, and plenty more other ones as well. So subscribe to the channel, like the video as well. Let's see if we can get, I don't know, 10 likes. I'd be buzzing with that. I'd be boss. So let's see if we can do it. Why not? Go and like the video if you haven't already, and comment away. Did you agree, disagree with any of the ratings today? And stay tuned for more videos coming up during the weekend, during the season, and during the week. So yes, with all that said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, if you did. And if you did enjoy tonight, then I enjoyed it too. And I'll speak to you when I speak to you next. So go and enjoy the rest of the football. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching. And I'll speak to you all very soon. Goodbye.